Yesterday, while I was at work, something had happened, and in my head, I heard, "Oh, I hate this," and then another voice was like, "I hate this so much. Like I just hate this." And that wasn't exactly what happened, and that wasn't exactly what the voice said. I just can't remember what it was. But it's not about the fact about what they were saying. It's about the fact that there were two voices in my head telling me how I feel. And in that moment, I was like, neither of these are my thoughts or my feelings. That's the problem. That's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. And in the book of James, um, James says to purify your hearts, you're double minded. You double minded. Double mindedness is something that I feel like I've had to deal with for a long time. And the purification of my heart has come through prayer, through fasting, and really through realizing who I am. In my heart, who are you? In your heart, who are you? In your heart, who are you? That's a very important thing that everybody needs to understand, especially people who feel like they're constantly afflicted in their mind. If you really feel like you're constantly afflicted in your mind, you need to have a better understanding of who you are. My understanding has come the more that I seek to understand God, the more He tells me about myself, because that's my Father. So I start to see Him and me and Him. Um, I mean, it doesn't mean it's always easy sometimes, though, but it's definitely something that's important. So it's whether it's not even really about the fact is this gonna be easy or not. It's just about the fact that this is something that has to get done. And I will say that low key, I'm grateful that I've been that God has been giving me wisdom to work through this, because I understand myself and I'm much more firm about who I am truly than I ever have been. But I just understand I have a lot more work to go. Because let's say you hear a voice that goes, "I hate this," and you don't actually hate this. If you allow that voice or that thought, let's say that thought, to affect you, like let's say you hear something happens in your head, you hear, "I hate this," and you start feeling a strong emotion attached to it, that's on you. That's where you got to deal, and you got to figure out why you feel so strongly about that. That's just on you. Um, Now, when it comes to, yeah, that's just the main thing, dog. That's on you. You have to break that down and figure that out. That's what I had to learn. I need to figure out why I feel so strongly about this. I need to understand why this is affecting me. Because if this is really me and I'm not this thought and I'm not what this thought suggests and portrays, why do I still feel like I'm affected? That's the asking questions like that and getting the answers to those questions was what allowed me to know me. Also would allow me to know God. Also would allow me to know other people, because notably there's a couple people I've had to forgive, and whenever thoughts in my head would cause me to start like backing up or whatever, I would have to break through the thought until I learned that forgiveness just completely wipes that away. But that's just a realization I got in the last week. But I had to learn, like, the voices that come and the thoughts that come that make you kind of get guarded, that's not that person. That's just what you're thinking about that person, or that's what's being introduced into your thoughts about that person. So there's just little things like that. But to make a long story short, get so caught up in this. Like one thought here, one thought here. Look at both of them and then take a step back and ask yourself, who am I?